strong.
Hey everyone, welcome to our third quarter, week one, the most essential learning competencies, organizing information from secondary sources. Our objective, child should be able to organize information from secondary sources in preparation for writing, reporting, and similar academic tasks, and collaboration with others. A secondary source is a document or recording that gives information from a primary source. The original information is selected, modified, and arranged in a suitable format. Some examples are reference materials, nonfiction books, biographies, non-print materials, almanacs, atlases, and gazetteers, specialized references, CD-ROM references, periodicals, encyclopedias, videos references, and electronic databases. Secondary sources involve generalization, analysis, interpretation, or evaluation of the original information. Using primary source or secondary source help you gather information. On the other hand, organizing information needs thorough reading, gathering information, validating the facts, and writing comprehensively. You may use the following ideas in organizing information from the secondary sources. Let's start with location. You can organize information by showing visual depiction of a physical space. You may use diagrams, analogs, graphic representation, and maps to organize location. For example, the parts of the nervous system that may be presented using a diagram. Alphabet. Some information is easy to organize using specific terms in alphabetical order, like in dictionaries and index at the back of a textbook. Time. Time, another important factor in organizing information, is the time element, like history of humanity or events happen in a person's life journey. You may use fishbone, timeline, steps, and cycle graphic organizers. For category, the use of category in presenting information is different from time. This type is used to group similar characteristics such as color, size, usage, brand, texture, materials, gender, age, model, price, content, and nature. For example, the types of vehicles that may be written and presented according to usage, brand name, model, and price. The hierarchy. Hierarchies are used to indicate the ranks as to heaviest to lightest, smallest to biggest. For example, rank of population in Lucena City. This is showing how one piece of information is connected to another broader information that you like to emphasize in your written and oral report. Let us answer the following questions. First is, what are the secondary sources of information? Second, what different ideas can you use in organizing information from secondary sources? How are these ideas helpful in organizing information? So again, those are the questions that we're going to answer. What are the secondary sources? So the secondary sources here, as we discussed a while ago, the secondary sources of information here is about the examples are the reference materials, nonfiction books, biographies, non-print materials, the almanacs, the atlases, the gazetteers, specialized references, CD-ROM references, periodicals, encyclopedias, video references, and electronic database. So next question is, what different ideas can you use in organizing information from secondary sources? So what different ideas in using can you use in organizing information from secondary sources? What are the ideas? These are these are from the location. These are the ideas. Location, alphabet, the time, the category, the hierarchy. Those are some of the ideas. How are these ideas helpful in organizing information? How are these ideas helpful in organizing information? Through these ideas, why is it they are helpful? In organizing this one, you can analyze, generalize, analyze, interpret, or evaluate the ideas. Okay? So that's the answer. For exercise A, so read the latest Department of Tourism report. Answer the question that follow by writing the letter of the correct answers in your answer sheet. Okay. So I'm going to read it for you. Department of Tourism lauds inclusion of tourism frontliners in priority group for vaccination. It was dated last February 5, Friday 2021. The Department of Tourism or lauds COVID Task Force Chief Secretary Carlito Galvez for granting the DOT's request to include tourism frontline service personnel in the priority group of the country's vaccination program against the coronavirus disease. It is indeed critical for our frontliners, especially those who continue to man our ports of entry and those who serve at accommodation establishments that has been repurposed as quarantine facilities. These personnel have been there at the onset of the pandemic, had risked life and limb through the repatriation efforts and up to now remain at risk with the constant exposure with incoming travelers and guests from all parts of the world, Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat remarked. As contained in the Interim National Immunization Technical Advisory Group, or we call it NITAG, for COVID-19 Vaccine Resolution Number 1, approved on February 5, 2021, tourism frontliners fall within Priority Group A4. Frontline personnel is in essential sectors, including uniformed personnel and those in working sectors identified by the IATF as essential during ECQ. Protection through the vaccine and healthcare support systems will primarily boost their immune system and, more importantly, fortify their mental and emotional core to continue working under stressful COVID conditions. Department of Tourism Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat quipped. Pre-COVID, the tourism industry used to employ 5.7 million workers. We also look forward for the inclusion of tourism industry workforce at recently opened destinations to operate facilities and serve guests directly as part of the priority groups for vaccination. Our sector human capital is essential for the country's social recovery, the DOT chief added. So these are the questions. The first question is, what is the news about? A. The news is about the COVID-19. B. The news is about the vaccine to be given to the frontliners. C. The news is about the DOT praising the COVID task force and including the tourism frontliners and priority group for vaccination. And letter D, the news is particularly about the frontliners and the vaccine they needed. So for second question, what could possibly happen if a person receives vaccination, especially the tourism frontliners? Write the answer readably. A. They will become healthy. B. They will have additional antibodies to protect themselves from COVID-19. And C. They can go back and forth from places to places anytime they want. And letter D. They will not be included in enhanced community quarantine. So the first question, what is the news about? So the answer is letter C. The news is about the DOT praising the COVID task force in including the tourism frontliners and priority group for vaccination. And for question number 2, what could possibly happen if a person receives vaccination? So letter B, the correct answer is letter B. They will have additional antibodies to protect themselves from COVID-19. So that's the answer. For letter B, do the following activities. You have to choose, the first one, choose the skills needed to develop written compositions like some news article and write your answers on your notebook on your answer sheets. Is it capturing of photos, gathering information, analysis, evaluation, interpretation, and generalization? So what are the skills, of course? So you have this gathering information, analysis, evaluation, interpretation, and generalization. For number 2, study the table below. Write the skills associated with the concept of organization for presenting oral and written reports in your notebook or in your answer sheets. Is it categorizing information, alphabetizing ideas, gathering information, disseminating information, sequencing events, or locating information? So you have to choose the skills there associated with the concept of organization. And question number 3, if you need to organize information about the latest development of vaccine against COVID-19, what skills will be useful for you? So what skills? You have to choose the skills there, the skills needed. What's the best? What's the need if you need to organize information about the latest development vaccine? About the development, okay? And this time, this part, you have to identify the idea used in organizing information to present the secondary source and examples described in every row below. Select your answer on the given choices. Write readably on your notebook or on your answer sheets. Okay, so your answer must be alphabet, category, hierarchy, location, and time. You have to analyze, okay, the information. For example, number 1, biography is a secondary source that gives the readers information about a person's experience. Can be compilation of person's life journey, the chronological order. So with this order, chronological order, what is the answer here? Is it alphabet, category, hierarchy, location, or time? So number 2, Non-fiction books are intended in good faith to present only truth and accuracy regarding information, events, or people. Example, as you can see the example there, that about the literary fiction, the way we read narrative literature, about Bloomsbury Publishing in USA, like that. So is it alphabet, category, hierarchy, location, or time? Okay, next is almanac is a kind of secondary source that shows annual publication listing a set of events. The forthcoming in the next year, it includes information like the weather, the forecast, the farmers' planting dates, tide tables, and other tabular data, often arranged according to the calendar. So is it alphabet, category, hierarchy, location, or time? So number 4, atlas is another secondary source of information. This is collection of maps and typical or bundle of maps on the earth and a region of the earth. Okay, about the maps, you know already what's the map. So how can you locate? So that's location. Okay. Dictionary is a reference book that gives the kinds of information about words. It's about alphabetizing, right? The alphabet. So you have clues there. And this time, in writing a composition and presenting oral and written reports, sequencing ideas is important. So this manner of organizing ideas helps you present your topic specific, clear, and brief. Presented inside the table below are events that are happened in the year 2020. So this is, you have to sequence the events. This Okay, these are the 3 events followed by the 2 coming events. This one, another event is that one. So you have to write only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 to 5 only. Look at the given date there, the timeline there, so that you will know what's the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth, and the last one that happened. Okay? Okay, next. For this one, inside its column are events of ideas from different secondary sources. Organize them following the given ideas. Perform the activity in your notebook. So, you were asking about the alphabet continents here. So, you have to alphabetize this one. Europe, Asia, South America, Antarctica, Africa, North America, and Australia. What will be the first one? The second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh. So write that down. How about the hierarchy? These are the national government leaders. Start with the first rank. What's the first rank? The hierarchy. The president, followed by the vice president, and the senators, like that. Then after the senators, what are those? Okay. So you have to, this one is for hierarchy, national government leaders. For category, phases of matter. Okay, you have to categorize this one, the metal, the helium, the juice, diamond, soft drinks, and gas. So, for example, the helium, it's a gas. We have to categorize it. Okay? Another exercise is from the selection, my pair of slippers. What will you do? Read the selection, my pair of slippers, organize the given information, following the patterns or ideas given inside the table. So write your answer on your notebook or on your answer sheets. The title of the selection is My Pair of Slippers by Giselle Z. Remolona. A pair of earrings for my ears. A pair of sunglasses for my eyes. A pair of gloves for my hands. Pairs of pairs I admire, oh why. One single pair makes me in despair. One single pair I wish I may. But because I do not have legs of pair, this is just a wish. a pair of slippers. I was born to have a pair of legs I enjoyed so much. I hop, I jump, I walk, and I run, using my beautiful pair of legs. One cozy night, our neighbors are celebrating one New Year's Eve I wish did not happen. When they lighted the fireworks, accident took place and leaves my legs totally amputated. Now, in this selection, there are given there is a given table in there that you have. The first table you have to alphabet. This one is alphabet. You have to organize the following verbs from the selection in the alphabetical order. So alphabetical order start with, you write it here. What is letter A? Admire, born, and enjoy, make, and wish, like that. Okay? How about the category? You organize the pair of things and how they are used. The earrings, globes, sunglasses, slippers, how they are used. Organize the pair of things. Okay? Then for the hierarchy, organize the parts of the body from head to toe. Okay, start from head to toe. So head, start with head, shoulder, what is next? Waist, knees, and feet. Okay? And this for location, organize the activities based on the distance where your pair of legs can bring you from nearest to farthest. So nearest to farthest. Okay, for time, organize events from the story. So from the story itself, like the neighbors are celebrating, followed by Delight the fireworks and hit her legs. Then she became amputated. So you know already what to do, kids. So I would like to thank you for watching and listening the video. And for those who are not able to subscribe, please subscribe. There is a notification bell there. Click it for more updates. Thank you so much and God bless us all. Thank you.